You're here because you're looking for unlimited data that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and I'm gonna give you 3 options all under $45. Today, we're looking at Mint Mobile, Visible Mobile, and a surprise winner here, US Mobile. Let's go and dive into these cheap unlimited data plans. We are starting off with, if you can't guess by the color, Mint Mobile. Now, Mint Mobile offers the cheapest unlimited plan on our list, coming in at $30 if you are a new customer. I really love this plan for Mint Mobile because you get a full high-speed data on T-Mobile's network, which is pretty great. You also get a 5 GB hotspot allotment, and then your speeds will slow down. And as a nice little add-on, you get free calling to Canada and Mexico, which is hard to find on smaller carriers. So those are the basics of the plans, but let's break down the pros and cons of going with this $30 a month Mint Mobile unlimited plan. The first pro is that, well, again, it's the cheapest plan, unlimited plan out there. The second pro that I love is that you get bulk pricing. It's kind of like going to Costco. The more months you buy in advance that you prepay for, the cheaper your cell phone plan is going to be. Number 3 for pros is that it offers family pricing, and if you want to learn more about that, you can check out our other videos on Mint Mobile's family plan. The last pro is that you get access to T-Mobile's giant 5G network on Mint Mobile. Now, T-Mobile has the biggest 5G map out there, which is a pretty solid win if you ask me. Now let's talk the cons of Mint Mobile. There are a few. The first one was a pro, but it can also be a con, is the bulk pricing. You have to buy in 3, 6, or 12-month increments. If you don't want to commit or you have commitment issues, well, this might be a problem for you. And to add on to that, to keep the $30 a month pricing, you have to prepay 12 months in advance, which can feel like a lot, especially if you're not totally sold on Mint Mobile when buying. The next con is that the hotspot is limited. You only get 5 GB for a hotspot and then it stops. And the last con is that although T-Mobile does have killer 5G, their 4G network is the smallest of the 3 big carriers. AT&T and Verizon beat out T-Mobile's 4G coverage. So you gotta weigh that one to decide if you really are excited about 5G or if you can do with a little less 4G. Now, if we're talking star ratings here, 1 to 5, 5 being the best, I'm gonna give Mint Mobile a 4 out of 5. They really are a great carrier, and they run on T-Mobile's network, which ultimately is a pretty strong network overall. And you can't go wrong with the price point. It is really low, especially compared to the major carriers. The next unlimited plan we're going over comes from Visible Mobile. We are looking at the Visible Mobile Plus plan, which comes in at $45 a month. But if you're lucky and catch it at the right time, you might be able to find it on sale for $35. I love Visible Mobile because it offers some of the most data allotments than any other plan for a really amazing price. You get 50 GB of premium data, which means it will never slow down, at least until you reach the cap, and then it will slow when the network is congested. And then you get an unlimited hotspot, although those speeds are capped at 5 Mbps, which can be kind of slow depending on what you're trying to connect your hotspot to. With Visible Mobile, you also get free roaming to Canada and Mexico, which is a killer addition. Your speeds just might be kind of slow when you are roaming. It's definitely not going to be full speed. And then you get free texting to over 200 countries, which is a solid perk. Although these days it's kind of like a moot point because there are so many internet-based messaging apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, and iMessage. But if you don't have any of those, free texting might be nice. So let's go over the pros and cons of Visible Mobile. The pros are that Visible Mobile runs on Verizon's nationwide network, which is the biggest, especially when it comes to 4G. You get the unlimited hotspot, which is a killer perk. And then again, you get that premium data, which really only comes from the major carriers, but Visible is offering it as well. Let's take a look at the cons. The cons, I had to really dig for these, but you are on Verizon's 5G network, which is not big at all. It is small, but here's the thing, their 4G network is great. You won't even notice a lack of 5G. And the second con is that everything's done online with Visible Mobile. There are no brick and mortar stores. So if you're not technically inclined, then maybe Visible Mobile isn't great for you. But again, that's such a small con that I can't really even count it. I just felt like I needed to add one. Overall, I do give this Visible mobile plan 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend it to everyone. I recommended it to my family and friends, and they love it. I really can't say any more good things about it. The last plan we're going over with unlimited data comes from US Mobile. Now, they've kind of snuck in the game and added some really great plans to their lineup, and this is by far the best one. Off the top, I'm going to give it 5.5 stars, even though that doesn't technically exist. I'm offering it. With US Mobile, you get unlimited data for only $45 a month, but it's better than both Mint Mobile and Visible Mobile for this reason. You get 100 gigabytes of premium data, meaning your speeds will never slow down. Even if it's congested, you will get the fastest speeds possible. You also get 50 gigabytes of a hotspot, which is way more than you could ever possibly need. And that hotspot speed comes in at full speed as well. And the last thing that I love about US Mobile is the 10 gigabytes of roaming data that you get to use at full speed. That's more than Visible Mobile and Mint Mobile, and honestly, more than some of the major carriers out there as well. It comes included. You do not have to get a travel pass or pay anything extra. You get all of that just for $45 a month. Now look, I can't really say that there are cons, but there are a few pros, so let's look at them. US Mobile runs on either T-Mobile or Verizon's network. You get to choose which one you want, one or the other. And if you try one out and you don't like it, well, then you can just switch to the next one the next month. T-Mobile has the most 5G in the country. Verizon has the most 4G. So take your pick. Whichever one is strongest in your area is probably what you should use. Let me know if you think there should be a plan added to this list. I'm Sherry, your telecom expert. Can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for watching.